Welcome back to Mocksville, North Carolina, home of Mando Field, for tonight's second Mocksville-Davie American Legion matchup. This one will be between Mocksville-Davie and Kannapolis. Both of these teams have played at least one game here tonight. Mocksville-Davie lost 12-2 in game number 1 to Union County. Game number 2, that was between Kannapolis and Union County. Kannapolis came from behind and won that one 6-5 in a 3-run top of the 7th comeback. Barn burner here in game number 3. Starting lineup, starting for the visiting Kannapolis squad. Connor Coy batting first, wearing number Apologies there. Connor Coy batting first, wearing number 1. He'll be catching. Batting second will be the center fielder, Brooks Hubbard. He'll be playing the left field, followed by Tyler Klutz, number 5. Going to be playing second base, followed by the DH of Will Hallmeyer. He was the starting pitcher in game number 2. Bryson Honeycutt will be batting 5th. Playing first, Ethan Gryzik will be playing short, batting 6th. Braden Mahali will be playing 3rd, batting 7th. Zach Barham playing right, batting 8th. And playing center field will be Jackson Lancaster, number 6. On the mound for Kannapolis will be Matthew Overcash, number 18.
What'd you think of that, George?
As for Mocksville-Davie, their starting lineup will be number 2, Noah Owens, playing center. Joseph Johnson, batting second, playing third base. Braden Carter, the DH, followed by Manny Morales, playing on left. David Thiel, catching, followed by Hunter Dable, playing shortstop. Yes, I said that right. Jonas Johnson playing second. Nick Nelson over at first. Ryan Williams in right. And Tucker Hobbs will be on the mound. Going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back right after this.
And the playing of our national anthem. If you would, please repeat after me. You cover sportsmanship. I will keep the rules, keep faith in my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Everyone would please rise for the playing of our national anthem. play ball.
Oh, I can't
Starting
see.
lineup for tonight's game for Kannapolis. We got to play second base number 1, Connor Coy. Batting second, left fielder number 8, Brooks Hubbard. Batting third, second baseman Tyler Flutz. Batting fourth, designated hitter the Will Holmeyer.
As we set to get started for game number 3 of the night and game number 2 for Mocksville-Davie.
Batting sixth, playing shortstop.
Once again, we'll take a quick look around the outfield.
Batting seventh, playing third base, number 17, Drake.
Starting in the outfield for Mocksville, and left will be Manny Morales. In center will be Noah Owens. Over in right, it'll be Ryan Williams. Going around the infield, starting at third, Joseph Johnson, followed by Hunter Daywall at short. Second base will Jonas Johnson, and over at first will be Nick Nelson. Battery will be Tucker Hobbs on the mound, and behind the dish will be David Thiel. Starting lineup for Kannapolis. Connor Coy catching, followed by Brooks Hubbard playing over in the left. Tyler Colts at second. Will Holmeyer, the DH. Bryson Honeycutt at first, followed by Ethan Gryak at short. Braden Mahali will be batting seventh, playing third base, followed by Zach Barham in right, and Jackson Lancaster in center. Man on the mound will be Matthew Overcash. Just a few more warm-up pitches here before we set to start in game 2 of the season. Mocksville-Davie trying to come back after taking a massive loss in game 1, 12-2 against Union County. Here comes the throw down. I believe it's around the right. Indeed so, this upcoming pitch. As we take a look at the upcoming schedule, most of all home games will be brought to you here on the Mocksville-Davie American Legion YouTube channel. All 3 games here today. There will be a game at A.L. Brown High School. That will be tomorrow night, 7:30 against Concord. Next game on the channel will be on Monday night against Anson County. That'll be a 7 o'clock non-league game. Once again against Anson County. 2 away games against Ashburn and High Point on the 25th and 26th. But here we go from Hobbs against Connor Coy. First pitch catches the outside corner. Called a strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Hobbs. A right-on-right matchup just misses the outside corner. Ball and a strike. Rifled right at Daywall, able to make the jumping grab for out number 1. Had him played perfectly. First put out for Daywall at short this season.
Left fielder number 8, Brooks Hubbard.
Was able to lay off a bunt. 1-0 against Brooks Hubbard. The left fielder pops this one up. Shallow center. Chasing in after it. Owens makes the grab. 2 up, 2 down here for Tucker Hobbs. Two quick outs so far from Tucker. That will bring up the second baseman of Tyler Klutz.
Second baseman number 5, Tyler Klutz.
Back to another right-on-right matchup. Sun coming in right from right field. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1. The 0-1 from Hobbs. Catches the outside corner, and just like that, he's up 0-2. Looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the first. Firing, fly to right field side. Williams coming in underneath of it. Makes to running in. Grab for a quick 1-2-3 inning. 3 up, 3 down as we head to the home half of the second. Home half of the first, that is. Wow. Coming back here to the home half of the first. Up for Mocksville-Davie is Noah Owens, followed by Joseph Johnson and Braden Carter. Defensive alignment for Kannapolis. Hubbard in left, Lancaster in center, Barham rounding out the outfield and right. Mahali playing at third, Kreisig over at short, Klutz at second, Honeycutt over at first. Overcash on the mound, followed by Coy at the dish. Here comes Noah Owens to the dish. First pitch downstairs, ball 1. "83 degrees here at Mando Field. Mono catches the inside corner. Count evens 1-1 here from Overcash. Working quick, swing on a missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Four games in 3 days as that's flied into left field. Hubbard underneath of it will make the grab. 1 out. Ranging over to his right as he closed into the foul line, but able to make the grab for out number 1. And this will bring up Joseph Johnson, trying to get something started here in the first. First pitch offering, finds the fastball at the lower half of the zone, 0-1. Downstairs, evens the count, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Firing it in, chopped it toward the first base side. That's going to be fouled down the line. As Overcash gets ahead of Johnson, 1-2. Swing on a miss. Strikeout number 1 of the night goes against Joseph Johnson. As 2 up, 2 down will bring us to Braden Carter.
Designated hitter number 5, Braden Carter.
Go, bub. Hey, lock in traffic.
Carter with a 2 RBI double back in game number 1.
Go, lock in.
Gave Davie their only 2 runs of the game. So far here, down in the count 0-1. Not before that was thrown way outside to tie the count 1 apiece. A 0 frame in the top half of the first leaves us scoreless. As Mocksville-Davie trying to find something going here with 2 outs in the home half of inning 1. 2 balls and a strike. Chop foul down the first base side. That's going to stay foul as the count will even back up 2-2.
See it, hit it. Let's go, bud.
Trying to keep this from a 1-2-3 inning, the 2-2. Low and out. Full count we go.
Let's go, bud.
Payoff pitch upcoming.
Hips and hands, you got it.
Jerking up on the bat. The payoff pitch swung on a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts will be the way the first inning comes to a close.
No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left. You can
Back-to-back, 3 up, 3 down, so take us to the top of the second. We'll be back right after this. Coming back here, top of the second, set to start things off will be Will Hollimer. The DH who was starting pitcher in the last game against Union County. The first offer from Hobbs catches the outer half of the zone, 0-1. The 0 here from Hobbs misses low and out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like we're going to have a pitcher's duel here in this one. 6 batters face through the first inning, the minimum through an inning. The 1-1. May have got a piece of him, and it will. A leadoff hit by pitch will start the second. Nelson holding his man over at first.
First base number 11, Bryson Honeycutt.
Here comes Honeycutt to the dish. Batting 5th. Line out to short, fly out to center, and fly out to right is how the first came to a close. So far here in this, a hit by pitch. First pitch just missed outside, ball one. Small lead over at first. Hobbs from the stretch, firing, swinging and a miss, evens the count, ball and a strike.
That works, right? It's a frozen water bottle. Yeah. That's got to count as ice. Just throw it in there. That's what I did. Is there anything in the other one?
Hobbs comes set. Fire, swing and a miss. Ball 2 strikes, 1 strike away from getting the first strikeout of the night for Hobbs. One, two. Catches the outside corner. That will set down Honeycutt. First strikeout of the night. Catches him looking for out number 1. That will bring up the 6 hole of Ethan Garayak. The runner on first, that was the man that led off the inning, hit by a pitch of Will Hollimer. Changing his hold from the stretch. Fires. Curveball just misses upstairs. A ball and no strikes. Once again here, Daywalt playing short. Just misses the inside corner. Thiel not able to stick it. 2-0. A little bit of a different dugout situation here as Mocksville-Davie usually accustomed to the right field side. But due to 3 games here, Kannapolis had it for game 2. Leaving it there for game 3. For a 3-0 count here against Gryak. Firing in. Popped up. That's going to go out of play down the first base side. Trying to claw his way back in is Hobbs. 3-1. And 3-1, chopped over the second. Johnson tries to flip it over to Daywalt, able to get the lead runner for out number 2. Interference did not slide. Both runners are out, and that's how the inning will come to a close. Wow. Heading to the home half of the second will be Manny Morales, David Thiel, and Hunter Daywalt. Set to start things off for Mocksville-Davie. 0 hit, 0 runs on 0 errors for either side. We'll be back right after this. Coming back here for the bottom half of the second. Mocksville trying to get something going. It's Manny Morales. First at bat of the day, batting in the 4-hole after a quick 1-2-3 inning from Overcash. First pitch lined, trying to get past the second baseman of Klutz. And it will as it finds its way into shallow right field. A leadoff single from Morales.
Catcher number 23, David Thiel.
This will bring up David Thiel. Right on right matchup. Runner on first, that's Thiel. First pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0 upstairs once again. Trying to have a little problem finding the strike zone here to Thiel as it's 2-0. Able to catch the bottom half there. 2 balls and a strike. Holding on his man, that's Honeycutt over at first. Overcash deals on the 2-1, grounded over the Greisig at short. 6-4. Can't get the double play, but has the force out over at second. A 6-4 put out, as Thiel was just able to reach on the fielder's choice.
Batting shortstop number 8, Hunter J. Wall.
This will bring up Daywalt, the shortstop for Mocksville-Davie. Batting in the 6th hole, 1 on, 1 out. After a near 6-4-3 double play. Honeycutt not able to cleanly field that ball out of the dirt as that's lined right field. Chasing after its Barham. A loud second out. One of the harder hit balls we've seen so far tonight. Two outs here in the home half of the second as it comes down to the 7th hole for Jonas Johnson. Runner goes. The throw. Nobody home as it goes. Snagged right there by Klutz, nearly into shallow center field.
Second baseman now, Jonas Johnson.
That will be Thiel. No, that's not. What's the 2-0? Here's a chance for Johnson to put one home. Swing on a miss. Two balls and a strike. Still only 1 out here in the second. Firing at home, misses downstairs. 3 balls and a strike to Johnson. Needing base runners here against Overcash. Klutz holding on to the runner. Decides to go back to second as that's popped up right side. Gonna be a tough play. Will it even stay in play? Honeycutt chasing after it. Reaching over but can't hold on to it as he ran into the fence. Foul ball. Payoff upcoming here for Johnson. A new life. Johnson trying to find a way to get on base here in the second. The payoff. Fouled straight back. Time to do it all over again once again. Timeout here, I believe the Johnson. He'll step back in, Overcash on the mound, working from the stretch, runner on second. That's fired, swung on a missed, and that is how the second inning will come to a close. A strikeout against Johnson.
Except no runs, only one hit, no errors, and one man left. No score. Leading off for Kannapolis.
Coming back here for Kannapolis. Top of the third. Mahali trying to get something started here for Kannapolis. Tucker Hobbs still remains on the mound for Mocksville. 1 ball, no strikes. Misses upstairs. 2-0. Working from the right side. The 2-0. Line to right center field has a chance. Owens chasing after it. Going to come out for Williams. A stand up. A belly flop double, that is. For Mahali. I'll bring up Zach Barham. Still waiting for the first. Still waiting to go through the lineup, that is, as we're down to the 8 hole. Jackson Lancaster waits on deck. In the hole is the top of the lineup, Connor Coy, who remains hitless here in game 1. First pitch offering line down to third baseline has a chance, just foul. A long, loud strike. 0-1. No ball and a strike here from Hobbs. Misses low and out. Count evens, one apiece. Mocksville-Davie trying to get back to 1-1 on the season after losing the season opener 12-2. Grounded down the third baseline, gets past Johnson into the corner. One run comes across. Throw goes in the second, just a tad late. A RBI double will put Kannapolis up 1-0.
Center fielder, number 6, Jackson Lancaster.
This will bring up the 9-hole of Jackson Lancaster. Lancaster playing center field for Kannapolis. Man on deck, that would be Connor Coy. Tucker Hobbs looking at his man on second. Delivers, popped up. That's going to be in the infield. Chasing after it, Nelson. In foul ground and makes the grab for out number 2. Out number 1, that is.
Catcher number 1, Connor Coy.
Brings up top of the lineup for Connor Coy. Lined out to Daywalt to start the game. Runner on second, one out. First pitch in line down the first base side, gonna get into right field. Gonna be a play at the plate, gonna hold him at third. Throw comes in home, and the runner advances a second on the throw. A one-out single will put runners at second and third. This will bring up the 2-hole hitter, Brooks Hubbard. He flew out to center in his first at bat. So far, 1 run scored. That's off the RBI double of Zach Barham. So far, 1 out here. Fastball catches the outer half, 0-1. Runners at second and third. Second is on Connor Coy. Over at third is Zach Barham, who has the RBI hit so far tonight. 1-0 here in the third. Hobbs comes set. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Fires. Misses low and out, ball 2. Mocksville-Davie will be in action all summer long between being here at Mando Field and various other fields around the area between Concord, Lexington, High Point, and Rowan. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. Fastball catches the inner half. We have ourselves a full count. This will be Tucker Hobbs' first full count of the game. Comes set for the payoff pitch. Second baseman coming in. Payoff pitch popped up. Coming into left field. Morale is underneath of it. Gonna be a play at the plate. Throw comes in. Gonna be a play at third. Has a chance.
That's too early. Way too early.
Literally
Oh,
called him safe.
Come on, pay attention, Blue.
A fly out to left will bring home
Come
one.
on, you gotta see that.
Nearly caught the man back up at second. Regardless, here it's 2-0 here in the third in favor of Tyler Klutz. 2 outs. Runner at second. Fastball catches the outer half of the zone. 0-1. So far, 2 runs on 3 hits here in the third. Upstairs, called a strike. Whoa. Terrible throw there from Field. Goes into left field. And that will bring home the third Kannapolis run. A ball and a strike. Swing and a miss from Hobbs. 1-2. The 1-2. Caught him swinging, not able to hold that one up. Swings it around for a swing, for a strikeout, swinging. Well, in the third.
That was 3. Mocksville.
Going to the bottom of the third. Mocksville trying to get something back after giving up 3 in the third. One ball, no strikes here. Swing and a miss to Nick Nelson. Ryan Williams waiting on deck for Mocksville-Davie, and it will be back over to the top of the lineup. Line to right center field has a chance. That's going to drop in for a single right in front of the right fielder of Barham. A leadoff single from the 8-hole will bring up Ryan Williams. Apologies here about the glare in right. Hopefully the sun will get behind the trees here soon. Trying to lay down a bunt. High pitch. Not able to pull that one back. No balls and a strike. Mocksville-Davie with 2 hits so far. One coming in the second, one coming in the third. Both leadoff singles, but nothing coming from either one. Trying to get a back pick in. Running. Throw goes in the right field. Barham chasing after it. And the runner will advance 90 feet on the air to the catcher. Advancing on the throwing here puts the runner at second base. That's Nick Nelson. Now at the dish, Ryan Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Up and out, ball 2.
Working.
Isaac holding him on second. That's Nelson. Swing and a miss.
All right, Jimmy, let's go, man. Don't help
2
me.
balls, 2 strikes on a pitch upstairs. Leads to an even count. No one holding on Nelson. Here's the 2-2. Popped up the right side. That's going to get out of play. Count will remain 2-2. The 2-2 chop. Going to be a tough play. Right in front of the catcher. Over the first. That's going to be in time, but does its job. Gets the run over to third with 1 out. Coy able to cut his man off over the honeycut.
Center fielder
A
number
little bit of a swing and bunt.
Owens.
Up to the top for Noah Owens. Float to left, back in the first. Trying to find a way to do that again here. Runner 90 feet away with 1 out. First pitch, up and out, ball 1. Line right back up the middle. That's going to drop in for a single and bring home Mocksville's first run of game number 2. 3-1 here in the third.
Third baseman number 12, Joseph Johnson.
Oh, Joseph, hit the ball. Drive it.
Here comes the chance from Joseph Johnson. 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the first. First pitch, swing and a miss. Could be called for interference. Throw is way out. Will not matter as he's thrown out regardless. Caught stealing from Noah Owens. A great throw there from Coy. Called right there, 0-2. He struck out swinging back in the second, trying to avoid that here in the third. Chop. That's going to be played in foul ground. Time to do it all over again once again. Count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the third. Davie was able to push 1 across, but 2, but not 3-1 Kannapolis after the third. Jeez. Coming up here, top of the fourth. Tucker Hobbs looking to continue his dominance. That'll work. He's given up 3 on 3 hits. Foul tip straight back off the base mass of Theo. No balls and a strike against Will Hollimer. Hollimer was hit by pitch back in the second on a 1-2 count. On a 1-1 count, that was. As we sit here, 1-1 as well. Up and out, just misses the zone. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 swung and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 just misses downstairs. Theo not able to stick it. Full count. Looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Ended the third, trying to start it the same way here in the fourth. Not going to happen. That's grounded underneath the glove of Johnson into left field.
First baseman Logan, Bryson Honeycutt.
And E5 will bring up Bryson Honeycutt, who struck out back in the second. Not a way to start an inning. First pitch grounder right back up the middle, exactly where it came from, into center field. Runners will advance 90 feet. After an error to start the inning, it hit right back up the middle. Will lead to the 6th hole coming up, that being Ethan Gryak. Gryak flew out back in the second.
Get off the bag. Play your position.
Catches the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Three runs on 4 hits for Kannapolis. For Mocksville, 1 run on 3 hits. Grounded over to Daywalt on the backhand. Can't get it in his glove as bases will be loaded here with nobody out.
Third baseman 17, Braden Mahaler.
Doubled back in the third was Braden Mahali. Started off the rally in the third. Hobbs trying to close it out here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Gryak, Honeycutt, and Holmeyer. Fastball up and in, nearly grazed his helmet. 1-0. We'll know here from Hobbs. Fouled straight back here into the fencing. 1 ball and a strike. Hobbs with 3 up, 3 down innings. Had a chance to start one off here. Resulted in an error to third, followed by 2 singles. 1 in the center and 1 to left. One ball, 2 strikes here against Mahali. The pitch grounded. Third base side has a chance. Able to block it up and just stands on the bag. Gets one out of the process. But if able to grab that cleanly, could have been a double play. Regardless here, first and second now. One run did come across the score. It's 4-1.
Right field number 2, Zach Barham.
That'll be up Zach Barham. Line right back up the middle. Dale nearly able to get a glove to it. Bases will be loaded once again as a throw comes into Dale standing right behind second base. Still one out. Coach coming out for Mocksville-Davie, starting to talk things over with Tucker Hobbs.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to, you come up to the concession stand and buy a ticket. It's very nice Yeti cooler up here to give away into the season. So that's full American League baseball. Tickets $5. A chance to win a nice cooler.
Slowly starting to cool off here. 80 degrees at Mando Field. As the sun slowly starting to set behind the right field cloud. Behind the right field trees, that is. First pitch offering here, lined left field, coming in on it. Morales gonna drop in front of him. One run's gonna score. Has a chance to get a put out at third. Throw coming in. Was he able to hold on to it? He was. Got an out at.
Wow.
Called him safe. Wow.
Force, let's go.
Force play there.
That's a force play. Let's go. Call him out.
Indeed so. Goes back on the call and calls him out. Two outs here now for, I believe, the leadoff man. Ball gets away. Runners going up. There's going to be no throw. A 1-0 count here to leadoff man Connor Coy. Needing to find some way to get out of the inning. 5-1 here in the fourth. Dale not able to field it clean and goes off the backhand of his glove into shallow left field. One run comes across. Throw in the second. Tag is not in time. A bases clearing error.
Fielder Ray Brooks Hubbard.
This will bring up the 8th batter of the inning, Brooks Hubbard. Fastball catches the outside corner, no balls and a strike. 7-1 here in the fourth. Downstairs, throw over the third. Not able to, just barely able to keep it in front of him was Johnson. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Kannapolis. For Mocksville-Davie, 1 run, 3 hits on 3 errors. No balls, 2 strikes. Pop straight back into the fencing. Count remains 0-2. As for Hubbard, he sits 0 for 2. Flew out to center and flew out to left. But had a sac fly in the third, scoring 1. Chance here for another RBI. The 0-2. Swing on a miss, and that will end the inning. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on base.
Got 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. 1 man left on. 3.5. Kannapolis 7. Mocksville 1.
I gotta do something.
Coming here, bottom of the 4th.
Hitter number 5,
Braden Carter set to start things off for Mocksville-Davie, trying to get something going as they trail by 6. Line right back up the middle. A first pitch single starts off the 4th. Also bring up the 4-hole Manny Morales, who's 1 for 1 with a single as well. Down in the dirt. Has a chance for a play at second. Throw is in time, but the shortstop of Greisick not able to field it cleanly. Able to take second. On the pass ball. Has a chance here for Morales. Runner in scoring possession here, nobody out. Grounded down the first base line, gets past the diving first baseman into shallow right field. Williams firing it and gonna hit the cutoff man. A RBI single for Manny Morales. Helps claw the way for the Mocksville-Davie team to come back to within 5.
That's the one wrong button. I'll put that score up.
Has a chance here. Catches. Misses the outside corner. 1 ball, no strike. To David Thiel. 1 run on 1 hit. Pop up. That's going to be right at the edge of the outfield grass. Caught over by Klutz. First out goes to Thiel. Here comes Hunter Daywall. Flew out to right, back in his first at bat, coming in the second inning.
Shortstop, number 8, Hunter Daywall.
Swing and a foul tip. No balls and a strike. Runner on first, that's Morales. The 0-1 just misses the inside corner, a ball and a strike. Nine runs scored in 2 innings combined. 7 for Kannapolis, 2 for Mocksville-Davie as that just misses downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Scoreless through the first 2. It's been lights out ever since. Two 1 fly down the right field side, goes into the back netting. Count evens 2-2. A 2-2 flied left field, has a chance, and that is gone. A 2-1 bomb by Hunter Daywall brings the Mocksville-Davie squad back to within 3. A 2-run blast by Hunter Daywall makes the score 7-4. Trying to make a statement back here in the 4th.
Now batting is second baseman, number 9, Jonas Johnson.
Gonna follow it up, hit you one there.
Here comes Jonas Johnson. 7-4.
Reagan, all 3 of them. Been a damn powerhouse.
Just misses downstairs. Popped up right side, coming in on it. Barham, he'll make the grab for the second out. Here comes Nick Nelson.
Now batting first baseman, number 22, Nick Nelson.
Pitch misses downstairs, ball 1. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Nelson singled back in the third, ended up scoring as that caught the outside corner, 1-2.
Oh, jump on him.
Swing and a miss, and that would do it here for the 4th.
Picked up 3 runs and 3 hits.
Strike out to end the inning against Nick Nelson as we will head to the top of the 5th. Coming back here into the fifth.
Drew Ryan.
What's this guy's name?
Drew Ryan, R-Y-N.
Thank you. Drew Ryan taking over now for Tyler Klutz. 1-1 just misses upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Two on a line into right field, pest the glove of Johnson. Leads to another hit for Kannapolis.
Batting number 3, Stone Sherry.
Tell you one thing, man. If I had a name Stone, I better be a badass. Picture that being some big old dude like the offensive lineman for the football team. You know? Roll the ball, roll a little long chain around your neck about as big as your legs. Stone. Yeah, Stone Jones.
1-0 the count here to Stone. Runner on first, that's Drew Ryan. The 1-0 popped up, shallow center field, chasing after its Owen. Called off the right fielder for out number 1.
Probably one out now. Here we got what number is it?
Should be 11. Bryson Honeycutt now up to the dish. He's one for
Bryson Honeycutt.
He's 1 for 2, singling up the center's last at bat, striking out in second. Runner on first, that is Drew Ryan. Batter timeout here for Honeycutt. Mocksville-Davie was able to respond back in the home half after a 2-run blast from Hunter Daywall. First pitch offering here, catches the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Checking on his runner at first, going. Called a strike throw, not in time. No balls, 2 strikes after the stolen base from Drew Ryan. Seven runs on 7 hits from Kannapolis. The 0-2 fouled off straight back. Count remains 0-2. Tucker Hobbs still remains on the mound for Mocksville-Davie. And here we go, people starting to warm up for Mocksville. The 0-2. Swing on a miss. Strikes him out for out number 2. This should bring up number 12.
Batting number 12, Tyler Hicks.
This will bring up number 12 of Tyler.
I got the Union County Monster game. I don't see. You had 46 views, but I don't see the game here.
Good pitch.
Just misses the inside corner. 1 ball, no strikes here to Hick. Popped up, shallow right field. Second baseman coming underneath of it. And that will retire the inning. Heading to the bottom half of the 5th.
No runs.
No runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base.
No errors, 1 man left on. 4.5 is still now 7. Mocksville 4. Don't forget tomorrow night, Mocksville-Davie travels down to take on Concord. They'll be playing at A.L. Brown High School in Kannapolis. So Mocksville will be playing Concord tomorrow. Back here at home on Monday evening. Monday night, 7 o'clock. Anson County comes to town, 7 o'clock Monday night, in their next home game. Come out and support your local boys this summer. Don't forget, folks, we still got plenty of hot dogs over here. Also, don't forget, get you a ticket before you leave tonight. Get this nice Yeti cooler. Take you with you down to the beach, take you camping, take you fishing. Start it up with a lot of cold brewskis.
I got ideas. You can say whatever you want. Right. Yeah, good. I like how you said driving the plus and ground. You like that, did you? Yeah. Around the plus, that one man grounds keep you up. I think we got leading off wheels.
Leading off the box, we're going to right field.
Yeah, I got it.
Ryan.
Yeah, I got it. I just want to make sure I can find it.
Of course,
Coming back here,
don't you know somebody that would love to be a PA nurse? That would love to come out here every night, announce the games. Might even pay him a little bit. He's a little. Get me stung out there. When did you give up coaching?
swung on a missed. 1 ball and a strike here to Ryan Williams. Trying to get back up to the top half of the order. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Man waiting on deck. That's Noah Owens. 7-4 in favor of Kannapolis. Grounder over the short. Throwing over the first. High throw. Gonna come back over here. The first steps on the bag safely. A error from the shortstop. Leads to an infield hit for Ryan Williams.
Owens.
Up to Noah Owens, top of the lineup for Mocksville-Davie. First pitch offering misses downstairs, ball 1. Both bullpens starting to warm up here. Kannapolis on the right, Mocksville on the left. Fouled straight back here at us. 1 ball and a strike. Man on first, that's the 9-hole hitter of Ryan Williams. Ever since the second, Mocksville has had a leadoff base runner on. 3 by single, 1 by an error. The 1-1 misses low and in, ball 2. Mocksville-Davie trying to claw their way back into this one as they trail by 3. A 2-1, down and in, 3 balls and a strike. Count was even at 1-1, now it's 3-1 in favor of Owens. Man on deck, that's Joseph Johnson. Following him is Braden Carter. A 3-1, catches the inside corner, not a pitch he could do much with, so I let it go by. Full count. Pay off pitch. Firing in, just missing the inside corner, ball 4. First 2 base runners have reached base. One coming from an air and the other coming from a walk. Now it's time for Joseph Johnson to try and find something here. But it looks like there may be a pitching change here for Kannapolis. We'll find out. Gonna take a quick timeout. We'll be back right after this. 7-4 here in the 5th. Coming back here, just trying to give Kannapolis a little bit more time in the bullpen. As Joseph Johnson makes his way up to the dish, third baseman for Mocksville-Davie. First pitch downstairs in the dirt, ball 1.
It used to be like that every night. You come out here every night, every team. Look at that chair. They had old, I'll never forget, opening night that year. We played,
First and second. Nobody up for Mocksville. Popped left side, chasing after it. Hubbard. Not able to make the grab as that falls down at the fence. One runner comes in, gonna hold the other at third. One run comes across. It's a 2-run game after an RBI double from Joseph Johnson. Brings this game to back within 2. 7-5 your score here in the 5th. Mocksville was able to hold Kannapolis scoreless in the top half. They've scored 1 here in the bottom, and they're 2 away from tying it for the first time since the 3rd inning. Comes up for Braden Carter. He's 1 for 2, singling, ended up scoring, as that's called strike 0-1. Popped up right side. That's going to get out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Still looking for the first out here in the 5th. Mocksville-Davie has a chance to put on a lot of pressure and find a way to at least tie it, or even find a way to come out ahead here in inning number 5. Popped up right side, has a chance in foul ground. Looking to tag. Going to catch it in foul ground. Pop out and foul ground will bring up Manny Morales. Second and third, 1 out. Morales is 2 for 2 and 2 singles in the right field. Needing to do that again here. Misses outside, wow. End up scoring on the 2 RBI home run from Hunter Daywall just an inning ago. Low and in, ball 2. Great count here to do some damage. Here's a 2-0. Curveball trying to hit the outside corner. Throws it just a bit upstairs. Not enough break. 3-0 here to Morales. The 3-0 pop foul down the third base side. Gets out of play. 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Grounded right back up the middle. Here's a chance. That's going to score 1. Coming around third. Throw comes in. Going to hit the cutoff man. No throw to home, but has a chance at second. He is going to be thrown out at second. Had a chance to go back to first. Nobody was at it. But finds a way to tie this game once again. 7 apiece. after the RBI single from Manny Morales.
Kids out of South Carolina.
Catcher number 23, David Field.
You on the state line, you can cross state line. They get Marlboro County there. They're getting, they can't get all the way down to Sherrall. That's too far.
Here comes David Field.
They get Marlboro County, they get Richmond County.
Grounded down the third baseline, and that gets through. A 2-out single here from Thiel. Here are 2 outs. Clawing their way back in after trailing.
Now batting the shortstop number 8, Hunter Daywall.
After trailing 7-1, Mocksville-Davie has found a way to come back and tie it here in the 5th. It's 7-7. And that looks like it's going to be it for the man on the mound for, I believe, Overcash. We'll get a new man on the mound here. Going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. Coming back here after Mocksville-Davie was able to find a way to tie it. Hunter Daywalt has a chance here. Runner on first and 2 outs. Runner takes off, throws down ball 1. Throw goes right to the outfield grass. A stolen base for Thiel. One ball, no strikes here for Daywalt, who hit a 2-run homer back in the 4th inning. 1 ball, no strikes here. Has a chance to take the lead. Misses outside, ball 2. Man on deck, that's Jonas Johnson. Outside. Coy tried to frame it, could not. 3-0 the count. Next man up will be the 8th batter of the inning. Here comes the 3-0. Fires it in. Catches the outside corner just barely, but does for a 3-1 count. A 3-1 swing on a miss. Full count. Last full count came back earlier this inning to the leadoff man. Noah Owens had a walk. Here's a chance. A payoff pitch way outside, ball 4. This will bring up the 8th batter of the inning for Jonas Johnson. 0 for 2, strikeout swinging in the second, float to right in the fourth.
You can see the metal coming out of his bat. Watch him really hit the home run. No. Watch his foot.
Down in the dirt, ball one.
That dang catcher out there catching the shade. He's out there. I told him a million times, man, just loosen that bat up. Them two boys right there are going to be hellacious slow pitch softball players one of these days.
The 1-0. Chop, third base side, stays there. Here's a chance. Down the third baseline. Runner comes up. Ends up coming across and scoring. Did he miss third base? Regardless here, one comes across the score. Will they challenge?
First baseman number 22, Nick Nelson.
Called safe.
Thank you. I get called at the umpire stuff here.
First and second, 2 outs for the ninth batter of the inning. Mocksville takes the 8-7 lead. Down for Nick Nelson, strikeout swinging the end of fourth. Trying to avoid that here in the fifth as well. First and second. Johnson on first, on second's Daywall. The 1-0 chop foul goes straight back. 1 ball and a strike. Batter timeout here from Nelson. Talking things down with the coach Lovelace. Making a second stint here for Mocksville-Davie. Still in the fifth. Mocksville was able to blink Kannapolis in the top half. They've scored 4 in the bottom. Fly down the right field side, falling behind the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Here we go. Swing on a miss, and that will do it. But a 4-run inning for Mocksville gives them the lead. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. Coming back here, top half of the 6th. Mocksville trying to blink out Kannapolis here once again. First pitch, swing on a missed. To Braden Mahali, 0-1. Mahali's 1 for 2, doubling back in the third, reaching on a fielder's choice in the fourth. 1 ball and a strike.
sir. It's 8-7. We win 8-7. We're talking 6.
Here's a 1-1 fly to right side. That's chasing toward the line, going foul out onto the hill. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bullpen still getting warm here for Mocksville-Davie. As the 1-2. Got a piece of him. A 2-strike hit by pitch is not something you want, especially not for a leadoff man. And that will bring up the 8-hole Zach Barham. Apologies, number 2. And lay off a bunt, pickoff move. Has a chance. Called safe from the infield umpire. Smaller lead runner gonna stay put down in the dirt, gonna take off for a second. Does not draw a throw. Able to pull back there. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second. That's Mahali after the pest ball. Shot fouled. 1 ball and a strike now to Barham. Barham's 2 for 2 thus far with a double in the left and a single up the middle. Man on deck, Jackson Lakinsk. Apologies there. Throw over the third. Throw in time. Tag was down. First caught stealing of the night from Thiel. One ball, 2 strikes here for Barham. Bases are empty. Shot foul down to third base side. That's going to stay foul. Count will remain 1-2. Eight, 7 Mocksville after taking a 4-run 5th inning. 1-2 count, chop down to third base side. Will that stay foul? It will. Here comes a chance. Fires over the first, not in time. Johnson's dart over to Nelson was just a tad late. And the speedster Barham able to beat that one out. Here comes the 9-hole. That's going to be number 13. There's a chance for 13. Runner on first, 1 out. Fires at home, pops straight back. No balls and a strike. Man in the bullpen for the Mocksville-Davie squad. No balls and a strike. Grounded right back up the middle. Diving. Will he stay on the peg? He will. Got the lead runner. Diving play by Johnson. Able to nail the lead runner over at second. Grade A fielding there by Johnson. Leads to the second out of the inning here in the 6th. This will bring up top of the lineup for Connor Coy. He's 1 for 3, singling in the 3rd, reaching on an error in the 4th. Ball gets away. Runner will advance up to second. 1 ball, no strikes. Coy has 2 RBIs on the air in the 4th. Downstairs, ball 2. Bullpen all warmed up and ready for Mocksville. Need to find a strong closer to find a way to close this one out, as we're here in the 6th with 2 outs. Needing 1 more out to reach the 7th. Need to find a way to close this one out here in the 6th. The 2-0. Downstairs, ball 3. Trying to avoid a 4-pitch walk. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. And as I was talking about it, a 4-pitch walk. I think that will do it. We'll take a timeout here as there's a mound visit coming up for Mocksville-Davie. First and second, 2 outs here. Just needing 1 out to take it to the home half of the 6th. Catches the outside corner, strike 1. Way to get ahead here. Needing something strong. The 0-1. Called strike. Wow. Oh, and 2. Fires it home. Just misses the outside corner. 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes, fouled straight back. Count remains 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Has a chance here to close it out and find a way to get some more insurance in the home half of the 6th. Taking a big jumping lead over at second. Fires home the 1-2. just misses the inside corner. Not sure that one missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jumping lead over at second. That's Mahali. Here comes the 2-2. Fires it home upstairs, ball 3. We have ourselves a full count. Here, runners first and second here in the 6th.
What he needs is to rear back and give everything he's got right here. Send that boy back to bed. That's what you got to do.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners first and second. Runners will be going. They are. Pop straight up center field, coming after it. Owens driving to his right. Never seen it. 1 run scores. Second run's coming in. And Kannapolis takes back their lead just like that on a ball lost in the lights in left center field.
Okay. Bring me that.
And just like that, Kannapolis takes back their lead. Grounded into left field. Runner will be held up at third. First and third off of the single from Ryan. Here. 90 feet away from adding more insurance and 1 pitch away from getting out of it. First and third, pitch upstairs, ball 1. Over for Stone. A back and forth game. Runner takes off for second, pitches down, will draw no throw. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's a 2-0 fouled straight back here into the netting. 2 balls and a strike. Man on the mound can only do so much here, having to rely on his defense. And this inning started off a hit by pitch of 2 strikes, followed by a single and a fielder's choice. Push on up back over to the top, followed by a walk, double, and single. Call the bottom half of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 pitch away from ending this inning. The 2-2 from Stone. Called strike on the outer half. Said he went around. And that will end the top half of the 6th. Going to the bottom half, Mocksville will need 1. It'll be Ryan Williams set to start things off for the Mocksville squad. They trail it 9-8. Ryan Williams set to start things off here in the bottom of the 6th. Mocksville-Davie trails by 1. Pitch misses upstairs, ball on. Catches the outer half just like that. Williams is down 1-2. Outside, doesn't chase on it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Needing something going here in the 6th. Grounded down the right field side. Gets past the first baseman in the right field. A leadoff single with 2 strikes. Good piece of hitting there. Leads to a leadoff base runner for Mocksville-Davie. Takes us to the top of lineup for Noah Owens. Noah Owens is 1 for 2 here tonight, singling back in the 3rd and reaching on a walk in the 5th. Eventually ended up scoring thanks to Manny Morales' RBI single, and just like that, grounded over the 2nd. 4-6, is that in time? Just barely. A 4-6 fielder's choice. We'll leave 1 out and a runner on first.
Third baseman for 12, Joseph Johnson.
This will bring up the 2-hole hitter of Joseph Johnson. He is 1 for 3, has a double in the 5th with an RBI. Up and out. Able to watch that one go by for a ball. Struck out twice, but hasn't since the 3rd inning. Down in the dirt, gets away. Runner will remain on first. Good save there by Owens. 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Here's a chance for Johnson to add some damage. Not sure where he was wanting it, but apparently not there. 2 balls and a strike. $11 hits is what I got here between the 2 squads. As that falls behind 3-1 now in favor of Johnson. As Mocksville-Davie trying to find at least 1 here in the 6th. 3-1 downstairs in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Regardless here, that will advance the runners 90 feet and put a runner in scoring position here with 1 out. I'll bring up the DH, Braden Carter. Needing to poke one through the right field side. Right field line looking extra pretty as it sits right now. This is outside ball 1. Singled back in the 4th. Ended up scoring once again thanks to the RBI from Morales. 1-0. Catches the top half of the zone. Count back evens, 1-1. One upstairs, nearly clips him. 2 balls and a strike. Here to the 3-hole Carter. Not needing to do too much, but needing to find a way to do something here. As a bullpen for Kannapolis starting to warm up. Swing and a miss. A hearty cut, but late. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Needing to find a way to put a ball in play. The 2-2. Just misses the outside corner. Second baseman not sure where that one missed. Wow. Klutz was in a klutz.
Hey, base about 4.
boy. On the way on.
A payoff pitch outside, ball four. Bases are loaded for the cleanup man of Manny Morales. Still here with only one out. Morales is 3 for 3 with 3 singles. 2 in the right, 1 right back up the middle. Has 3 RBIs on the night. Has a chance for 3 more. Piece one up. Shot foul down to third base side. And to find a way to put one hard in play. No balls and a strike. Singled on the first pitch back in the second. Singled on the second pitch in the fourth. And singled on the fifth pitch in the fifth. The 0-1. Had a cut there. Fouled it off. No balls, 2 strikes. First time having an 0-2 count here in game number 2. The 0-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. 2 outs here in the 6th with the bases loaded. Here comes David Thiel. Had a single up in the 5th, eventually ended up scoring. You're getting something here at 2 outs. First pitch, line left field. Will that drop? Yes, it will. 1 comes across the score. Here comes the second. Throw is going to be cut off by the third baseman. Throw in the home is late. 2 runs come across for Mocksville, and they take the lead right back. It's 10-9. Here comes Daywall. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Has 2 RBIs here tonight. A 2-run shot back in the 4th. His 3rd at bat in just as many innings. Swing and a miss from Daywall. 1-1. Not trying to do too much here, but once again trying to find a way to do something. As it sits now, Mocksville is 3 outs away from taking home their first win of the season. But any insurance runs are helpful. Downstairs, ball 2. Daywall pops it up right side. Well, being the lights of Barham. Chasing it. Makes a diving grab. Just able to hold on to it. And that will do it for the home half of the 6th. To the final stretch we go. 10-9.
2 hits.
0 errors.
No errors, 2 men left off, folks. We're going here to the top of the 7th.
Going to the top of the 7th. Mocksville takes back their 10-9 lead. Coming back here, Bryson Honeycutt set to start things off for Kannapolis. They took the lead back last inning, but Mocksville responded with 2. Can they do anything here in the 7th? New man on the mound, that's Braden Carter. The 1-0. Line, center field, chasing to his left. Has a long run, diving! Not able to come down with it. Had it in his glove, but couldn't make the connection. A double in the center from Honeycutt will bring up Tyler Hicks. A great effort there from the center fielder of Owens, but not able to complete the catch. Puts a runner on second, nobody out for Braden Carter. Outside, misses his own, ball 1. And his spot's 1 for 3, a fly out in the second, singling back in the 4th, and grounding out in the 5th. 1-0, looking to lay down a bunt, fouled straight back, a ball and a strike. One ball and a strike. Looking to lay down a bunt once again. Gets away. Back pick from Thiel. Has a chance. Throw on the money just too late from Thiel. 2 balls and a strike. Looking to lay down a bunt here once again. Push down the first base line right where Nelson was at. Not able to lay a bunt down. Comes to a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Here, nobody out here in the 7th. If it does come to the bottom, it'll be 7-8-9 up for Mocksville. The 2-2. Missed somewhere. Not sure exactly. 3 balls, 2 strikes as it looked good from here. Payoff pitch. One of the biggest pitches so far of the game. The payoff. Grounded third base side goes foul. Count remains full. Payoff pitch times 2. Line in the left field. That's going to drop down in front of the left fielder. Has a chance at back pick at third. Throw goes into second. And Kannapolis will find a way to take the tying run home on a miscommunication from Mocksville's defense. 10-10 just like that. So to the bottom of the 7th we go, regardless of the score. This will bring in Braden Mahali. They were able to respond. Back pick over the first. Nelson able to hold on to it. Keeping Hicks honest over at first. I can lay down a bunt here once again. That time he did offer no balls and a strike. As for Mahali, he's 1 for 2. Doubling back into third, reaching on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and a hit by a pitch in the 6th. Yoan looks the way down, a bunt goes up over his head. A ball and a strike. Pickoff move once again. Nelson able to grab it up high. Hicks goes back in easy to the backside of the bag. As for Mahali, it's 1-1. Waiting for him to return back to the batter's box. Once again, he's a 1 for 2. Reaching all 3 times, though, once through fielder's choice. 1-1, runner takes off. Throw up high. Throw right there at the bag, but late. Nearly coming off the bag, there was Hicks. Two balls and a strike, and we're right back to where we started. Runner on second, nobody out, with a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Evens count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 line down the first base, caught by the first baseman. Tried to throw it over to short. As Hicks read that the entire way, got back in safely. One very loud out.
Buddy number 2, Zach Barrow.
Here comes Zig Barham. 1 out, still remains runner on second. Back pick over the second, in safely.
Get the batter now. Messing with them base runners.
This is his own 1-0. Downstairs misses his own, 2 balls, no strikes. Up over the back, runner takes off for third on the wild pitch. Three balls, no strikes, 1 out. Here comes a 3-0. Infielders playing in. Upstairs, ball 4.
Now. See what the coach does. He's definitely going to steal.
This will bring up
I need to steal.
bottom of the order. Looks to be number 13. Going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. Runner on first, 1 out. First and third, that is. Ball gets away. Well, we knew the runner was going to steal regardless. But that will happen on a wild pitch. Second and third. Now with 1 out. Infield now playing in once again. Here, 1 ball, no strikes. Firing in, popped up, down the right field side. Gonna get out of play. Evens the count 1-1. Gonna come down to the bottom half of the inning. How can Mocksville respond?
Yes, he did.
Did he go? Yes, he did. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Foul tip straight back. Caught it. Strikeout for out number 2. Comes to the top of the lineup. Still tied at 10. Who would have thought we would have been at zeros here in the 7th? Connor Coy up. Ball comes back. Here's a chance for the lead runner to score. He will. Kannapolis takes home a 11-10 lead on the wild pitch. Popped up down the first base side. 11-10 here on 13 hits. One popped up once again on the first base side as we are 1 strike away from coming out of this jam. Gonna need 2 runs back in the bottom half of the 7th, at least 1 to push it into extras. 1-2. Up and in, ball 2. Getting to be a brick wall here from Thiel. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch popped up straight back. Once again, gonna compete here. 6th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. The 2-2 gets away. No runner will come. Still has a chance. Loose ball. Gonna chase for home. Will retreat back to third after a terrible throw there from Thiel.
Oh, now we play late.
Nearly a second runner coming home on a pass ball. Leads to a pass ball. Full count. Here's the payoff. Swing on a miss, and that will do it for the top half of the 7th. Bottom half coming up right after this.
Go to the bottom of the 7th. Kannapolis 11, Mocksville
do or die time here in the bottom of the 7th. Set to start things off will be the 7-9. Jonas Johnson set to start things off. As for Mocksville-Davie, they come into the bottom of the 7th with 12 hits. Every batter has 1 hit. Jonas Johnson has a single in the 5th. Batting 8th, Nick Nelson has a single in the 3rd. And Ryan Williams has a single in the 6th. Starting off here, 1-0. 1-0, up and in, ball 2. Trailing by 1. They're able to come back from a nasty 7-1 deficit, trying to close this one out here, trailing by 1. Fastball down the pipe on the 2-0, finds the zone, 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes. Needing to find a way to stay alive here and find a way to be a leadoff base runner. Line center field, chasing after it was Lancaster, making the grab. A quick 1 up, 1 down. This will bring up Nick Nelson. Singled in his first at bat in the 3rd inning, has struck out twice since. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Got to be expecting a fastball to try and be blown right by you. And did so, not lifting his bat off his shoulder. 3 pitches records an out. And just like that, we're down to our last hope. Ryan Williams, the 9-hole, trying to keep things alive. He's a 1 for 3. Upstairs, ball 1. No. That'll be on down. Two balls, no strikes here for Williams. The pitch, line to left field. Closing in at the wall, just 2 steps in front of the fence. We'll catch it at the wall for Hubbard, and that will do it. Trying to come back from a 7-1 deficit is one of the hardest things to do. End up taking the lead 8-7, but couldn't hold on to it as they fall behind 11-10 against Kannapolis. We'll be back tomorrow night at A.O. Brown High School against Concord. And we'll be back on this YouTube channel on a Monday afternoon. That game will be at 7 o'clock once again back here on YouTube. Final score in this one, 11-10 in favor of Kannapolis.